And every day, I practice martial arts.
Favorite books about Bruce Lee have to come in different categories. In terms of Bruce Lee and his Wing Chun, or what he understood as Wing Chun, hands down, the best book is Jesse Glover, Bruce Lee Between Wing Chun and Jeet Kune Do. That, I think, is the best. As a matter of fact, it is. I'll pull it off just because it's right here.
Down.
This volume right here. All right,
Bring it down.
Look at this thing. He printed those things and then bound them in his own basement.
Love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I think you can see
That's the way
mine
to go.
you can see mine is pretty well worn, and there are notes in it from my teenage years. Those notes are in there, right?
What a book. I never get to
what I like about it is
this
that
one.
the late Jesse Glover, he was not a writer. It's
He's just
it's like single spaced.
uh-huh.
Most of the paragraphs are usually one or two long sentences. Like he has no punctuation. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. So like from a writing perspective, it's not like it's like when you read like John Little's a good writer. Like when you read Bay Logan or you read any of these guys when they write about Bruce Lee, you know, it's very eloquent. It's very Steve Carriage. It's very well put, right? Jesse Glover's book is not like that at all. From my understanding, he doesn't seem to embellish anything. Because unlike some other people who had even a tenuous connection with Bruce Lee, he's not writing this so you go and flock to the Jesse Glover Kung Fu school. You know what I mean? He's just like, this is the info. This is what I did. Here's what it is. It's not written in a salesy way. Because a lot of the students of Bruce Lee are like, yeah, this is what I learned. And this is also why maybe I'm the guy to learn from, because maybe the other guys didn't learn this. And that book really details Bruce understood and taught as Wing Chun in those early days, even though he didn't, for the most part, call it Wing Chun. Even his student Ed Hart, they just called it the stuff.
The stuff.
I'll just give you an example
Nice
here.
excerpt.
So this is a paragraph. It's 2 sentences. Bruce always expected some kind of trouble, and one of my first lessons dealt with how to fight back to back without leaving my partner unprotected. He told me later that I learned my lessons well and that he would trust me to be with him in a fight. That's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. It's like, okay, we think about like, how did Bruce teach Pak Sao or how did Bruce teach Tan Sao? And Bruce is like, all right, we might get into some shit.
Yeah.
So here's how we fight back to back.
Right.
Like it's some old like Hong Kong street knowledge, right? And you go from there, and then he talks about like, you know, how Bruce Lee did the punches and all this kind of stuff. I think Bruce Lee Between Wing Chun and Jeet Kune Do is the best book written about if you want to get a feeling for what Bruce understood as Wing Chun. All right, like kind of because that take that Jesse Glover is giving is really from when Bruce was fresh off the boat from Hong Kong.
Wow.
He first came to San Francisco for a short time. Then he made his way up to Seattle. And Jesse Glover was his first student. So you really want to know, like, what did Bruce really start teaching when he came? Jesse Glover is your earliest primary source for that information. And he wrote a couple books where he details that in a simple way and, in my opinion, in a very non-embellished way. So I think that the late Jesse Glover should also be commended posthumously for that. It's really a fantastic resource for people who are really into Bruce Lee.